Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and it's time for another exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff, the series where I teach you how to properly treat your poop deck so it doesn't get all stained. It's important, very important. But moving on with the Hachette R.M.S. Titanic, the ship, the legend. We're on stage 54, so let's take a quick look through the magazine documenting the tragedy of Titanic in 1991. A film crew made a spectacular documentary about one of the most tragic events in maritime history. Titanic. Oh. I have not seen this, actually. I have not seen this. I'll have to look into that. There we go. The Keldish. And here we have one of the propellers of Titanic there. Just buried in the sediment. The decorative style of Titanic 4. The interior design of Titanic featured an eclectic mix of styles, including the many manifestations of the Georgian era. Oh, that is Georgian, all right. All kinds of Georgian. There we go. The Gentleman and Cabinet Makers Director, a design guide. Ah, okay. Cool. Cool. And of course we have our instrucciones, all that good stuff. So there we have the magazine. Here we have our parts. So let's get down to it. Because there's always ain't nothing to it but to what? But to do it. That's right. Alrighty, so what do we have here? We have envelopes, more envelopes. We have wires, we have screws. Put those screws off to the side. Wires. What is in here? We have pieces, bits and pieces, odds and ends. That is everything there. That can get out. And as you can very well guess, we're going to be building our next funnel. Yes, yes. So there we go. All the pieces of our... Oh! Trying to be a little acrobatic there, weren't you? Huh, all right. Okay, okay. That's everything, that's everything. Let's go. Get out of here. Get out of my life forever and ever and ever. All right. Put all these pieces off to the side. There we go. Now we open up our instrucciones. Ay, que instrucciones. Ay. So what are we doing? We are building the third funnel. Yes, yes, indeed, we are. So we are taking this section. We are lining up the casing here. Looks like it will end up sitting thusly. Am I correct in that assumption? Am I correct in that assumption? I believe I am, or maybe not. I've done this 2 times already. You'd think I would know what I'm doing by now. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Just a case of lining everything up. And everything should just sit as it should. Where are those? There we go. Yeah. Just a case of getting everything lined up. But we need our DP screws. And we need, what, 6 in total? These are some tiny, tiny screws. Oh, so tiny. Oh, so tiny. So tiny. So little. So wee. So wee. The weeest of screws. Okay, so let's try to... let's try to get this all lined up here as best we can. This is going to take some doing, but we will do it. Okay, we got those all in place. I had to do that off camera because that was a bit of an ordeal to get those little screws lined up, but they're in there. We got the party started, and now... Oh, baby. All right, so... just finishing snugging these. So how's everybody doing? How is everybody feeling? As always, hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's staying safe. What am I doing? Snugging up the smallest screws ever. Okay. I'm sure there are smaller screws than this, but still, these are some tiny, tiny, tiny screws. I think these are definitely the smallest screws in this whole build. And we still have to build one more funnel after this, so we're not even done. We have to go through this process again. There we go. That's good. That looks good. Alrighty, so we did that. Alright, tiny screws have been installed, so that is it there. What are we doing here? Now we are working with this, and we are fixing this. So bear in mind that one side is flat and one side has some molded details here. You want those molded details, well, if you're holding it this way, you want those molded details facing down. So get that slid on, and then when you rotate it up, you can see those. I don't know if you can't see it, but there's some molded details there that stay up top. That's what you want. So then we are taking these two pieces, we are merging them. Merge. Very specific way. Nope. Again, I've done this 2 times already. You'd think I would remember, but I don't. Alright, so we've done that. Now we have to apply this little section here. This requires glue. That's going to go right in there. So let me do that real quick. Okay. That is installed. Lovely, lovely. So now that that is done, what are we doing? We are taking... not this one, and this piece. These 2 pieces right here. One does have little ports in it, and this will end up getting glued. There's a little piece here that has the Titanic's whistles, and that will get glued on like so. So let me do that real quick. Okay, we got that together, and now this will just sit right in here. We have 3 little ports for this. They're going to get lined up. It's going to sit right in there. This will need to be glued. So again, let me do this real quick. All right. We got that installed. And next up, we have a ladder. And that will get plugged into multiple ports here, like so. Again, this will need to be glued. So let me get on that. Okay. Ladder is on. And now we have one more bit. That'll be glued onto the back. That will go right there. And again, that will need to be glued. So let me get on with the gluing. Okay. Got that on. That is good to go. And now, what else are we going to do? Now we're going to feed wires. We're going to feed wires through. So which side is going where? Looks like the smaller side is what's getting fed through. Correct? 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 I think so. I think so. I think so. What do you think? I think so, yeah. Smaller side gets fed through the bottom. So, let's get that in there. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I'm singing. That means it should work. There we go. So that's just going through like that. Alrighty. Okay. So now that we have done that, now we bring in our base. And looks like we are going to be feeding this through. So what orientation are we holding this in? Looks like this. And looks like this wire is getting fed through where? Looks like it's getting fed through here. There we go. So it's getting fed through like that. Oops, this piece fell out. Oop, let me get that back in place there. My bad. Okay. So now, let's drop this into place. There we go. That'll sit just like that. Cool, 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 cool. Alrighty. So, that's looking good. That is looking good. Okay, so now this is getting secured with 2 AP screws. They're giving us way more than we need, but I'm guessing we're going to save these for another stage. I always keep the spare screws anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alrighty. Actually, let me use my regular screwdriver for this. And get this secured up. Number 1. And number 2. Oh, that piece fell out again. I'm going to have to glue that in. There is friction, but it's getting knocked out. There we go. Nice and snug in. This piece fell out again because that's why. That's why. You stay in your home. You stay there. That's where you live. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to have to glue this in. I'll glue this in later. There you go. That's what we are working with. There we have our third funnel. There we have our third funnel, and there is the last thing to do in this stage. Yes, there is our completed work. The third funnel has been assembled and fitted to the base, supplied with the previous issue. There it is. There it is. It is all good, and we are done with this stage of the build. So there you go. Now, if you would like to sign up for your own Titanic kit, there'll be a link in the description down below for you to check out. And if you missed any stage of this build, there is a playlist in the description down below as well for you to check out at your leisure, and you can watch this lovely ship of dreams take shape before your very eyes. So there you go. As always, I hope you enjoyed this exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff. And remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek. Be proud. Palm in your face.